Hello everyone, Moo here with another video for you guys. I've been away the last day or so, mostly because I've been experimenting with Luke's 13 slash technique, and this video is to basically let you guys know a little bit about it, and I ask for your patience as I am going to talk for 5 minutes or so about why this is a good thing, why it is worth for you to go through the trouble to learn this technique, even though you might be looking at the raw numbers and be like, well, 13 slashes at 10 or 11 zooms clear per slash is what, 130, 143 zoom. If I clear 25 to 30 zoom with 5 slashes, I'm in the ballpark. I might even be getting more with the 5 slash technique. So why would I bother learning this troublesome 13 slash technique that requires even more micromanagement and time management and all that good stuff? And here's the reason why. Essentially, it's all about consistency. So in this game, the smallest number of zoom you can clear is 3. And this leads me to believe that the way the programmers have developed the game is to roll the dice on the type of zoom that are going to spawn after you clear a clump of zoom, based on that clump on its own as one entity, one decision, one roll of the dice. Because to essentially have the computer cycle through probabilities for each single zoom that is being cleared off the screen is inefficient, slow, might lag the game, and cause instability. So there's no information that says that this is the actual case, but based on what I know about programming and my experience with it, I feel like that would be a far more efficient way to handle a Connect 3 type game. So essentially, when you look at a 5 slash strategy versus a 13 slash strategy, you're looking at minimizing the RNG, the luck element between the two. So what is the difference? One slash clears 30 zoom, and only one decision is made about how many zoom are going to populate the screen as they're falling down, and what percentage of that group is going to be my zoom. So for example, your one slash clears 30 zoom, and the random generated number behind the programming determines that only 10% of those are going to be Luke's. And 10% of that is not all that much, and it's not going to go a very long way in essentially recharging your skill, which is definitely going to have a negative impact on your high score and your coin. Now, when you split that 30 zoom into 3 10 zoom slashes, each time you make one of those slashes, a different set of dice is being rolled to determine how many Lukes you might get. So on your first slash, again, you might get 10%. But on your second one, you might get 90%. And on your third one, you might get 60, 70, whatever it may be. So in the long run, by essentially causing the computer to make multiple rolls of that dice, you're standardizing, you're averaging out the bad luck out of your gameplay. So that is why it is very good to kind of learn the 13 slash technique to essentially give yourself more consistency and high scores more frequently. That is not to say that you can't get super high scores with the 5 slash technique. Of course you can, but the probability is going to be a little bit lower as you are highly dependent on Luke's spawning on your screen to recharge your skill instantly. So, that was a 4-minute rant about why the 13 slash is going to benefit you a little bit more. And there's a lot of other little reasons, because essentially when you are recharging the skill multiple times, and your skills bleed into one another, so essentially there's zero downtime between using one skill and activating the next. You're also reducing the need for time bubbles because you're keeping that clock frozen anyways, so it really doesn't matter, which makes Luke's potential for high scores pretty high. Definitely not as high as Cinderella, because once you infuse that time bubble element and that luck element with Cinderella, her potential is going to be higher, but Luke is going to be more consistent more often. So it really depends on what you're after. If if you want the super high scores, you're going to have to play quite a few Cinderella games until you hit that jackpot. If you want consistent, very good scores, then Luke is going to be for you. So, my rant is going to continue a little bit more. Please be patient with me, guys. Essentially, the way that I recommend that you guys go about learning the 13 slash technique is the same way that I learned how to play guitar. Now, you're not just going to pick up a guitar and play a Metallica solo at like 200 beats per minute on day one. That's not how it works. Your muscle memory, your reflexes, all of that, they're not used to it. So what you're going to do is you're going to break out the metronome, you're going to set it to 70 beats per minute, and you're slowly going to tap out your song until you get comfortable, raise the level, move on, so on and so forth. So in a similar way, you're going to do that with this game, but it's going to be a lot easier because, yeah, you can't compare this with learning guitar. Come on now. Come on, guys. But anyways, so you know how to do the 5 slash, you know how to do the 6 slash. So the way I would go about this is break down the fully charged slashes into 2 smaller slashes. So instead of, say, doing 5 fully charged slashes, do 3 fully charged slashes and then 4 extra smaller slashes, and then you continue to progress. You'll go from 7 to 8 to 9 to 10, and eventually you'll work your way all the way up to 13. And the way nothing else changes, by the way. The technique, the tilt, everything stays the same. So if you got that down, you already have most of the battle going your way. The one thing I have to say is if you watched my 6 slash technique video, the most crucial thing you need to take from that is being able to get that first slash off instantly. The moment that lightsaber is about to hit Luke's hand after R2-D2 throws it at him, you're going to need to get that charge right away, because that's going to determine whether you're going to have enough time to get all 13 slashes in. Other than that, it's all about rhythm and timing, and that's going to take some time to build up, as I just said. So that being said, I'm going to show you guys a couple videos, and they're going to be a side-by-side comparison, and you're going to see my own progression towards the 13 slashes. So I'll have a video there with the 11 slashes and how I practice that, and hopefully this is going to help you guys, give you some hints. And again, I really hope that you guys will consider this, as it will definitely give you consistent results with Jedi Luke. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this video, and see you guys next time.